Hi, I'm Bucky Beeman, commercial real estate agent with Realty Growth Incorporated, and I'm here today with my good buddy Aalix Dydell. What's happening?
All right, man, what's going on? What's going on?
Nice to see you.
You too, man.
So we are posted up inside his barbershop that he opened 10 months ago.
Yep.
We documented the entire journey of finding this location via Snapchat. It was a ton of fun just looking for different sites. Today, actually, one of the reasons we came together is because we're talking about the expansion of your business.
Yep.
Let's talk about, what got you interested in business? How'd you end up, wanting to open up your own brick and mortar, your own barbershop?
I don't know. I always knew, like, from a young age, I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to be self-employed. And so with that drive, it was just really kind of finding my niche and what I was good at. And before barbering, it was always, I didn't know what type of business I wanted to get into. It was just, kind of whatever came my way. And that's what I went to college for initially. And when I first went to college, I wasn't a barber. I was just cutting hair just for fun. And then when I moved back to Rochester, that's when it really started to come together. And I started to cut hair full time. And I figured that that's probably going to be the way I'm going to go in business.
And what kind of made you make the jump to end up being in a physical location? Because I know prior to a physical location, it seemed like such the investment, which it has been.
Yeah.
But what kind of made you make that jump?
I mean, a lot of it, most of the time in cutting hair has been out of my house. I've always wanted to do things professionally, and I know that financially, the best way to go about it is to have a shop and, bring in barbers. And that's always kind of what I wanted to do. Ever since I've been cutting hair, owning a shop has been one of my dreams. And like I said, that was kind of my break in to being a business owner, was cutting hair. And it's kind of worked out for me that way. And then I knew that, if I really want to make some serious money in the business, I need to open a shop and bring some other people in. And so,
how about opening a shop? What were some of the learning experiences you went through? I'm sure a lot of them.
Yep.
Finally getting your shop open. What type of advice could you provide to people that don't have a shop?
I think the biggest thing is take your time and, just ease your way into it. In the barbering business, you can really take any space and put a barbershop in there. You can build a barbershop out overnight. It doesn't take thousands and thousands of dollars or tons of months of time. It's really you have your vision on what you want to do with it, and you just kind of make it that way. And that's kind of what I've done. I've grown since I've been here. We started out, we didn't have all the stuff we had in here right away, but I knew I had a vision, and I knew eventually it all come together. And it slowly came together and starting to get to where I want to be at now.
How about the build out process? Did you end up putting in the floor? Did you end up doing a lot of the build out? And what was that like? Because you probably hadn't done that before.
No, exactly. There was some work I've done. I knew how to do a few things here and there. Used a lot of YouTube trying to figure out how to do, because I didn't have a ton of money. My budget was small, coming into this. And I was going to school at the same time, so all the money I was making, I was putting into the shop. And so a lot of the work I did by myself, or I had friends or family that would come over and help out. But yeah, with the floor, walls, plumbing, all different types of things. I was in here every day busting up the old floor and getting it all together.
And how about working with a landlord? That's new for people. Maybe if they've rented a house, they've had an experience, but working with somebody that owns a commercial building, what has that been like? And are they around? Are they here all the time? What's your experience?
Yeah, so he's not here all the time, and really got the freedom to kind of do what you want to do. That was one of the things that was one of my worries kind of coming into it, is what is the landlord going to limit me to, Am I going to have the creative ability to kind of do what I want with my shop or not? And for the most part, I've had that ability to do that.
Very nice. And now that you look at having this brick and mortar, your shop's going, we want to talk about future expansion. What are some of the things you look for now that you're considering another location?
My biggest thing is, before I expand, I want to make sure that my shop is running. The first shop is running smoothly, and kind of had everything under control. I really use this first year just kind of sit back, take notes, watch, and listen, and just kind of see, how I want things to operate better. What we need to work on, and what I need to do to get where I want to be. So then when I open that second location, I can kind of implement that in right away, and then we're going to be running smoothly automatically.
And now when you look at different locations, considering you have one in the northeast side of town, do you find yourself looking as far away as possible, or are you not as afraid of being as far away from this location? What's kind of your thoughts related to that?
Really, like the idea with the second location is going to be a little bit different than what we got going on here.
Okay.
And so with here, I mean, we're barbers, and you know, we're focusing on men's hair. The second location is going to be focusing on men's hair as well. But the thing with that is it's going to be cosmetologists. People go to sports clips, the barbershop for men, great clips, things like that. And they're not getting good haircuts. They're just going in there. The company's just worried about just pushing them out. They don't care what your haircut looks like. You got 10, 15 minutes, do a haircut, get them out, get the next person in. And my view on this is take what they're doing, but let's focus on the client now. Let's give them good haircuts, because the name of the game is retaining your clients. And as long as you can retain your clients, and I can help these girls build a clientele, then they're going to be more successful, and the shop's going to be successful as a whole as well.
When you look at this new location, are there definitely some things you're going to be looking for that you believe will lead to success? For example, parking, signage, maybe even meeting the landlord. What's some things that...
Yeah, some of the things I was looking for is, the signage is big. Parking is a huge thing. You don't want to be somewhere where there's no parking. Yeah, that's the reason a lot of people don't want to go to certain places. And then I like to have a location that has a lot of foot traffic. Starting out, like I want to find cosmetologists that have a clientele already. So in that way, you know, from day one, they already got their people rolling in. And then I can slowly ease in girls that don't have a clientele once the shop kind of builds a name.
Yep.
And then, you know, we'll get that walk-in traffic and be all right.
Any advice you'd give anybody starting a business in today's day and age with the internet? Like, what would you tell people in today's day and age that are coming fresh out of school with an idea, maybe they have their business with the internet? What would you provide them for advice?
I think the biggest things, like I said before, is take your time, plan, know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Business is always a risk, and you don't always win. And so even when you lose, you still got to, keep chugging along with your plan and hope things turn out. But the internet's a huge advertising tool that we have for free. And, if you don't have that budget for marketing, you're going to have to put a little bit more work in on the internet, getting your name out there and things like that.
What's some things you're doing with your business related to the internet?
My biggest thing is like Facebook right now. That's probably the thing we push for the business the most. And so outside of that, we all have our own personal avenues we go down with, with our personal advertising. So myself, I use Instagram, YouTube. And I don't use, for my personal brand, I don't use Facebook as much.
All right, if people want to find out more about yourself, your brand, where can they find you online?
Oh, they can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/AdrinTheBarber. Also on Facebook, Instagram. AdrinTheBarber is what it is now on Instagram now. So
check it out, you guys. Thanks for tuning in.